Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unmatched Design Review Podcast. I'm Gene.
I'm Jay.
And today we're going to look at Legwork Studio and SLV Rent.
Can we do it?
Yeah, let's start off with looking at Legwork Studio. And we have an ulterior motive for looking at these two sites, but first we want to just quickly go through the design of the two.
Yeah.
The visual design.
Yeah. This is like I would assume a small, little firm, little design studio.
Yeah, probably.
You know, it's got a really kind of cool feel. It's this kind of illustration style is.
Yeah, I love the sketches.
It's fun. You know, it's got some little jokes in here. It's kind of cheeky. You know, and I think it's the perfect tone for a small studio like this. Because you really want to get the personality from something like this. Yeah, and it's got this kind of navigation. Click on it and it goes to Anchor with JavaScript.
I really like the animated rollover there. Like it reminds me of some kind of Saturday morning cartoon type vibe.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I think it's Flash. Or
whatever.
I'm wrong.
It's really neat.
But yeah, so kind of cool. This is like a little bit of mystery meat navigation here. Like this is like a link.
Yeah,
that,
a little Easter egg.
But it just goes to work. So I'm kind of not really sure why.
Right.
It's a little confusing, but it's minor.
Yeah.
You know.
What were you saying about the blog earlier that you liked? I didn't catch that.
It's kind of cool because like the blog is like when you get here, like it's all on the same page, right?
Yeah,
you scroll up, it's on the same page. But yet once you're here, it's kind of like it functions like a normal blog,
right?
You know, so it's kind of cool.
It's pretty cool.
You know, and you can still scroll up to this. You know, it's got this little video that plays here. That's kind of fun. So it's got a good the overall tone of this.
Yeah, I really do too. The sketchy quality of all the images on there is really nice and really unique. I mean, this site really stands out. You know, when you just kind of go through the gallery and look at sites.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the next one.
Yeah.
This one's
SLV
Rent.
SLV-rent.be.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I can't read it clearly, but it's
doesn't really matter.
Like it doesn't matter.
We can get the
I get the point.
Figure out what's going on here.
But I think this design is quite beautiful, actually.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And if you hit the bottom real quick, just show the.
What do you mean hit the bottom?
Just scroll to the bottom.
Okay.
Hit it. I like the bottom a lot.
Yeah.
That footer is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, those little details and things.
Yeah.
And this is a site by Virla Peters. So it wasn't a submission, but I found it through a tweet. And
what's cool, and if you follow her blog, she does lots of tutorials, and I think this kind of this little kind of style here, is a little bit of a trademark. And if you want to find out how to do this kind of stuff, she posts lots of tutorials.
Yeah, she does,
and stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah, she have a nice background post on this site specifically too.
Yeah, so
you'll find that.
It's really, I mean, it's just a really well done site. It's got this kind of transparent gradient fade out thing.
Yeah, I really like that. I try to find a way to actually use that myself on something. I never have, but that's a really nice effect, how it just kind of fades into the header. Yeah,
it's really good functionality, and it just works really well, really smooth. But like I said, both of these sites do basically the same kind of thing. They both work
very
pretty well.
Very similar.
Yeah, but one thing I also want to talk about is there was a post on, or somebody was kind of saying that this, there's a comment on the blog post.
Right, it was Harry Roberts from CSS Wizardry.
Yeah, kind of complaining this site doesn't work with JavaScript disabled.
Yep.
And and it's kind of like, well, is that really that important? Having it work with the JavaScript disabled. And
I actually posed that question as a blog post, and we got an answer.
Yeah, well, I guess it kind of depends on what you mean by work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I think that basically we can categorize this by when we say work, it means when I click on a nav item, it actually goes there.
Right. Right. And that's the thing. It's like let's disable the JavaScript here on this one. And so you can still scroll because it's a website,
right?
But we click on this, and these just don't do anything. And the thing is, the basic. I mean, this is HTML has how it's worked from almost day 2 maybe.
Right.
I don't know. You click on a link and you go to an anchor in a page. That's about as basic as HTML gets. But yet, turn the JavaScript off breaks that. And which is really it's kind of like their audience, the number of people come to this site with JavaScript disabled is probably
like 1%.
I'm sure it's less. It's probably 0.01%. It's probably almost nobody.
Yeah.
But just having a basic level of functionality is not that hard to achieve.
Yeah, and I think that's a good baseline. Is that when I click on a nav element, it does something.
Yeah, and we can even do one more thing. So we just turned it off while we're here. Most people would come here with it already off.
Right.
So we have this off, and if we go to Legwork Studio. Theoretically, something will happen. Yeah, so you get this. This is just a loading image, right, and then it doesn't load at all,
right.
Yeah. I mean,
another basic. I mean,
I can scroll down and there's the rest of the site there,
Yeah, but you never know.
But right, you never know that to anybody. This is just a blank screen, and that's I mean that's pretty basic.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, again, it would be a very small percentage, I would imagine, that have JavaScript.
But to not be able to present somebody with anything, when basically it's a pretty simple site that's mostly just HTML.
Right, and you never know. You never know. Well, let's look at the SLV site.
So we can do the
we do the same experiment.
We can do the same thing here, and so we still have it disabled. So we click on here, and it just goes to because they're anchors. I mean, this is HTML. You're pointing to an anchor.
Yes, and that's how it should work.
Yeah, I mean, how hard is that?
Right.
I don't think it's that hard.
Right.
Right.
And what we're talking about, I think the term is called degradation. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
Graceful degradation of your website.
Yeah. If you don't have something, you can fall back to something that actually works.
That's right.
In
this case, it
that
actually,
all browsers are going to support.
It still looks really good. I mean, you don't get the effect of that scroll, the JavaScript scroll, but it still looks and performs really well.
Right. Because, I mean, this seems kind of stupid to say, but the most important part of the site is content.
That's right.
And if you can't even serve that up,
that's right.
You kind of failed there. So, on that note.
Yeah, so that was our point for the day.
Yep.
Hopefully it was helpful.
Yeah.
So until next time, goodbye.